Terrific Thursday, everyone. Welcome once again to another exciting edition of Faces of Resilience, where we always bring in people with the most spectacular and sensational and inspiring stories to hopefully move you from your places of darkness into your light. This is your host, Furley Almonte. Oh, it's so beautiful here in New Jersey. Hello, my fabulous guest, Camille Robb. First of all, before you say hello, I have to brag about her because I met Camille just in a virtual networking event. And I easily fell in love with her because she is such a beautiful soul. You can very well see she's just like oozing such vibrant energy and joy and peace in within herself. And there's some light about her that you cannot help but be magnetized to. You know, when I got to listen to her about her story, it's so heart wrenching that it will touch you. You know, people that you know who may be going to bed with hunger pangs. And you just can't imagine what it feels like. And now she has turned that around and being able now to globally be able to impact so many lives. And I could not be more thrilled to call her my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the CEO of Just Fabulous Care and also a hungry child advocate, Camille Robb. Hello, my beautiful friend.
Hello, my dear. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invite. And you were talking, I'm trying to look around. Who is she talking about?
It's very funny because people don't see what kind of light they elicit. You don't see how beautiful you make this world by just sharing how magnificent your heart is. And so, well, let me be the first person to tell you, yes, that's all you and more.
Oh, thank you. Oh
Yes,
my gosh.
so humble. So humble. Anyway, I actually had a nice chat with her sometime last week, and she shared with me such an inspirational story. And you know, here in Faces of Resilience, we bring people that have very inspiring stories of resilience. So why don't you start first with your story from your childhood when you actually had gone to bed without food?
So, well, it's it's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, and I don't know why. But I was one of those that didn't like to talk about it because people look at you a certain way when you let them know, hey, yeah, there's a time in my life when I didn't know where my next meal was coming from, and then when I do get it, I have to give it to my two younger brothers. My mother was young, so we went through that. When I was with my grandmother, I had plenty. But when I went with her, it was a different story because she was trying to, when a young mama trying to do their own thing, it's hard. So the pain that
You
you
said that
feel,
you had mentioned that your mom was very, very young.
very, very young,
How
very,
old was
very
she?
young. She was 15.
She was 15. So it's like kids having kids,
Yep.
right?
Yep. When she had me, she was a child. So this is not for to be blamed on her because she was young. But at the same time, after me, then came two more,
Oh,
So that's the part that's hard because I was the oldest and I had to take care of my two brothers, which I love doing that. But then that's one of the reasons why I wanted to help because growing up, not knowing what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat, is painful. But when I had the opportunity to come into this country, my dad brought me here. I was hoping everything was going to be that perfect world, because the United States, everything was going to be perfect. But my dear, I saw the same situation that I grew up in. I came here and I saw it. And I was like, this is America. We should not have any child at all hunger. My first job, I was working as a daycare. And I was got my daycare license, became a teacher, and I was teaching for the first time ever. 27 different kids. When they come to me on Monday, oh my God, it's like dealing with the gremlins. Have you ever seen the movie The Gremlins? Those
so they're like all over the place,
exactly.
like bouncing off the wall, right?
I mean, it's like you pour water on them and they just become all over the place. And we were trying to figure out what was wrong with that. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just hungry. They were hungry. And when kids are hungry, They can't function. And a lot of people don't understand that, especially now with how school is closed down. One of the main nourishment when children used to get is from what they get from school. Because some parents don't have time, some of them don't have the money. And that was one of the biggest problem we had when I was dealing with kids. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to make a difference. I went to school, learned what I needed to learn about children, took my Child Development Association degree, went, got everything that I needed to make sure that I understood what was going on with the kid. Then, of course, I end up married and end up with a child of my own. And then it kicked in. I was like, so how am I going to help other kids? My husband's brilliant idea was, okay, you need to stay home. You cannot work anymore because you have a child. I'm like, what? Are you crazy? I'm working. He said, no, you have to be. So then I decided to go to school to learn how to take care of other children. And I opened my daycare. And when I opened my daycare, I saw the same thing. The same thing. Kids come in there hungry. When my kids were going to school and I was one of the substitute, my son and my daughter used to give away their food, give it to other kids. And I'm like, how come you're hungry? I pack you enough lunch to last you the whole entire day. Mom, I had to give it to Jason. Mom, I had to give it to Susan. I was like, why is it so? Why don't people recognize that kids are going through this? And some people see it and they don't say anything about it.
What state
So
were you in?
in Florida,
Oh my goodness, that you'd never think that there are so many hungry kids going to school to the point that they're like they're actually acting up. I didn't realize many of us actually are not aware of that because we think that every family is loving, that
ah,
every parent would actually prepare lunch and breakfast for their children
you know,
and be very thrilled to do that. So it's quite eye-opening to hear you say that they came to school hungry and also very what word would you use to describe besides being gremlin like when they're acting up? Is it, I thought all the while that if they're hungry they would be more, like they're more weak.
no,
Mm.
because when they're hungry, they actually get more aggressive. Children, when they're not fed, they get angry real fast, upset. They just buzzing. People. That's the thing we use in it. The kids are buzzing. Why? Time for them to eat. My kids, I used to make sure 5 times a day they were eating. My husband used to tell me that I'm going to make these kids some fat kids. I'm like, no, they're not. Because when you come into my daycare on Monday evening, my kids are good. Tuesday, I have no problem with them. Wednesday, no problem. Thursday, no problem. Friday, but when they go home on the weekend and come back on Monday, it start again. So you have to retrain them all over again. But
It made me think of a word, instead of hungry, hungry, like HANG,
angry
like right, hungry. When they're angry because they're
because
hungry.
they're hungry. There you go. They're
So there's
angry because they're
like
hungry.
a Monday thing that's going on, and obviously you saw the pattern. And so, now how you said that you feed these children, during the week, then when they go to your school, your daycare. Now, where do you get the money to be able to feed them?
From myself, we work. My husband and I has always done that. We never went to anybody asking for any money. We just work. We work.
You know,
Yes.
how are you
Really?
able to afford that? How many kids do you actually feed?
So in my daycare, I had eight. Eight. My maximum I ever had was 10 at one time. And then when we transition out and we become partner with another friend of mine, we had 127 kids in the daycare.
Wow.
So
And
we
how
had a
many staff
facility.
members do you have?
We have a facility, and then we have a home daycare. So it was a lot of fun because you learn so much and how to when you feed a child and a child is well nourished, you get so much more out of them, so much more. And kids would sit down and tell you what they had over the weekend. I had one little one. He said he had hoodles and noodles. I said, for the entire weekend, hoodles and noodles? I hate hoodles and noodles. I don't even cook it. That's how much I hate it.
Oh. That's very, very sad. And so, can you get any type of funding from, like, sponsors, donations, things like that? Because I mean, I would just imagine the kind of financial burden it would take on you to be able to provide for all of these children.
But you know what? I have a garden, right? Not, I won't say my husband has a garden. So we teach the children how to grow their own food. We teach the kids them where the food comes from. So it comes from the garden to the kitchen to your belly. Okay. So that part wasn't as strenuous as people think it was. But other than that, I worked, my husband worked. So when people are sleeping at night, I'm working so I can have enough to take care of my kids during the day. So
Well, I love the fact that you're also teaching them how to grow their food,
yeah,
right? So I'm sure that they're going to be healthier kids because obviously you know that you're going to feed them organic food.
yes.
They're going to be healthy, in so many different ways. That is absolutely amazing. You have also shared with me that you have exchange student program. Okay, talk to me
Yeah.
about it.
Oh my God. So I have put it like this. I build a bridge to different countries, talk to different families. Children come from all over the globe to the United States to learn English and to learn what the American culture is like. And I think that should be every country should know what it is like to be in the United States. So once I get the connection and the kids come, it's amazing. I have kids from China. I have kids from Saudi Arabia. I have kids from Japan. I have children from Peru. I have children from um, Australia. I have children from Germany. Name it. I have kids everywhere. I'm a global mom.
Okay, what languages have you learned having all of these kids come to you?
So the culture. One of the most important things is learning how the next person life is. A lot of people have never traveled out of the United States. So all they know is what goes on in the United States. Now, when I took my trip to Brazil, that was one of the most amazing adventure I've ever had. And when I went to Brazil, I didn't have to spend a dime, not one penny of my own money. Every one of my parents, they took turns making sure I was okay. Yes, I see that look like what? Yes, I never had to spend any money because when you take care of someone's child and you have unconditional love, it reflects and they
You
give
still
back.
get in touch with them after they've left your home?
Yes, I have kids that I've had in my home 9 years ago. We still communicate. I have one kid in Germany. His name is Louis. Louis is now a substitute. He's a teacher. He just got his degree in teacher last year. And you know why he wanted to be a teacher? Because of what I taught him. He
Wow.
wanted to be a teacher because it was the first time he came to the United States. The first time he ever left his mom. He was 15 years old.
Hmm.
This boy cried like a 2 year old because he was alone and he was with somebody he knew nothing about. That night, my husband said, "Hey, you need to get up. Your child is crying." Every time they cry, they seem to be my kids, you know? And I said to him, I said, "No, you daddy today. You're going to go talk to him." And I went in and knocked the door and I said, "Is it okay for me to come in?" And yeah. I said, "Why are you crying?" He said he wants to talk to his mother. And I'm like, "But your mom is in Germany. Like, I want to talk to her. I need to talk to my mom." I got it, went in and called him. His mother said to him, it was so funny when she was talking, she got a very heavy accent. So she said, "I am not coming to get you this time. I am in Dubai. I am going to be in Dubai for the next 3 months. And you're going to stay there and you're going to love it and you're going to learn." And I'm like, "Oh my God." And then he started crying hard. And I said to him, "You know what? When you wake up, things going to be different. Things going to be different. Okay? I know I'm not your mother, but I'm here just to show you a different part of how you can be more love, more excitement, and just go with it." And he said, "Okay." The next morning, when he woke up, we were cooking. I was cooking in the kitchen, and he came to me. I said, "Are you okay?" He said to me, "Why are you always smiling?" That's what he said to me. Why you are? I said, "You guys don't smile in Germany?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Really?" He said, "No. You now and then you
Very
smile with
interesting.
your parents." But he said, "No." He said, "People walk by, they don't smile." And I said, "Because I grew up smiling. My grandmother said to me, your smile is not for you, it's for someone else. So when you get up in the morning, put it on so you could show the world, because that smile will help someone." And when I told him that, he smiled. Oh my God, he had the most beautiful smile ever. And I
Thank
said
you.
to him,
Yeah. It's those very, very simple things. By the way, I love smiles because it's the sexiest line in every
"Woo,
movie, right? Woo!
yes, it is."
Yeah. And the truth is, like, exactly, you know, when you smile, people may, first of all, people may wonder what the heck you're smiling about. But in the same, so it's very intriguing, but at the same time, it actually brighten other people's life, that particular day, because it's contagious. It's very
Yes, it
contagious.
is.
And that is something I truly love about you. And obviously, you have changed his life so much. Now, what would you say is the most challenging time that you ever had having to have a foster, not a foster, like an exchange student or exchange child? What was the most challenging one for you that actually practically pushed you to the limits?
This would be my very spoiled child. He was from China. So in China, kids are allowed to do pretty much, especially when they have enough money to do whatever they want. And he decided when he went to school, he was going to smoke. He was 16 years old, and I found out that he was smoking. I lost it. The teacher called me and said, "I need you to come and pick up your son because he's a bad influence on the other kids." And I'm like, the first thing come to my mind, I need to send my husband because I don't want to go. And he looked at me and said, "I'm not taking this one. This is yours. You go take care of him." I went to the school and I apologized to the teacher. I got him, got in the car, and it was very quiet. And he's like, "Meili," because that's what he called me, Meili. Meili mean face of love.
Oh, that's so pretty.
That's what he said. He said, "Meili, are you okay?" I pulled over. I said, "Do I look okay?" He's like, "No." I said, "Why you think I'm not okay?" "I don't know." That's what he said. He said, "I don't know." I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Are you allowed to smoke?" "No, ma'am." I said, "Why did you?" He said, "Well, we do it at home." I said, "This is not your home. We don't do that here. Do you know that you can get me into a lot of trouble for doing that?" And he's like, "No." I said, "As a matter of fact, when we get home, I'm going to call your father and you're going to be on a flight tomorrow because those are one of the rules you do not break here. And you knew that." And he started to cry. And I'm like, "No, no, no, please don't call my dad. Please don't call my." I said, "No, no, 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 no. You broke the rules. And I'm calling your dad." And that was painful because I knew what his dad was going to say. "You're coming on the plane." Because that's one of the, I don't play that.
Yeah. And
When
so,
I spoke to the dad was like, "You can leave on Sunday." Got his ticket and everything. He begged me, "Please don't let me go back home like that." Because I didn't know when he go back home, they will isolate him.
uh-huh.
His culture would isolate him because he broke a rule here and he broke a rule there. He brought shame onto his family, and
Hmm.
I didn't really know that. So
Wow.
I had to break my own rule and tell the dad that we're going to go ahead and let him stay. But he never gave me any more trouble after that.
Yeah,
That was one of the hardest things.
that's actually like so many parents who are probably watching this, oftentimes you have to really just instill tough love. And
Hmm.
it does not make us happy to do that, but it is necessary. It is necessary for us to be able to instill discipline and to create the character. Basically, that's how we mold our children. You know,
Yeah.
we can't be soft and just cave into whatever it is that they want. So that's absolutely amazing that you are very inspiring and so nurturing and so motherly to every single one of them. And it continues on with your daycare. You have your exchange student. Is that how you call it, like exchange student?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my exchange
It's the
students.
exchange. Do you still have that exchange student program right now?
Yes, I do, but for because the country is closed down, we won't have any kids until probably, hopefully, this summer, because they're not letting them come into the country. So,
Okay. And now you have also shared with me that, okay, I know that you have a business, Just Fabulous Care. Can you explain what exactly do you do in Just Fabulous Care?
so Just Fabulous Kids a part of the exchange student program. So they all fall underneath Just Fabulous Care.
Okay. So how about your hunger? I know that you also have a business that helps hungry children worldwide, right?
Yeah,
Or is it in America? Can you talk to us about that?
it's not only in America. So just imagine every time you pay, every bill that you pay at home, you're providing a meal for a child. So that is something that I partnered with a company called ACN 11 years ago, right? And the reason why I partnered with them in 2008, when everything was falling apart, I know you remember that, when the
Yes.
economy
Yes,
decided to
yes,
just
yes. Take a note, live. Yes, yes.
try to kick our butt, I start losing everything. Everything that my husband and I worked for. We lost our construction company. We lost the salon that we have. We lost everything that we started. We were losing. And I wanted to still keep feeding the kids. And that was a platform that I found that was not only feeding the kids, but at the same time they provide a residual income for me. So the money that I was getting residually, I was able to use that to continue feeding kids. So
That,
every time,
yeah, that's absolutely phenomenal because I know so many people who are actually doing business with ACN, and that's exactly what they are also doing, is that they're feeding a hungry child with every bill that they pay. That's absolutely amazing because even with the company that I am partner with, National Life Group, that is also one. We have donated a great, if I'm not mistaken, $700,000 towards the Hungry Child campaign because of this. Exactly. We feel for children, we feel for families who are struggling financially, and any which way we can contribute to their relief, to changing their lives and providing for their better future, that would be absolutely amazing. You are also working on other projects. Tell us about your other projects. I know that you're this, Camille is this multifaceted human being that does a bazillion different things that make a difference in the lives of others, starting with her own. Like, look at that, a child that used to go to sleep with hunger, struggling, born to a teenager, having to take care of her own siblings, and now coming to America hoping that your life will be different, only to find yourself in the same situation. And you have made the decision that no other child should ever have to experience what you've been through. And you continue to grow, you continue to build different events and projects that changes lives. So talk to us about that.
now, one of my newest, I wouldn't say newest, but I wanted to brand something different, especially with my husband, because we work together very well sometimes. Sometimes he drives me nuts, but
Oh, by the
it,
way, how are you getting along in this pandemic?
I'm ready to travel.
I know, because you're going to laugh at this, because so many couples I speak to, like, first of all, the real deal is like a lot of people are going through divorce, people are
Oh,
going
yes.
through depression, domestic violence, but there are also some people who are very much in love with each other but cannot stand being with each other in each other's space 24/7. So what do you do to keep yourselves still in love?
But you know what? I won't, that I won't take away from him. Ever since the pandemic, we have gotten a lot closer.
Uh-huh.
And then because the students are not here, you have to focus on who? Me.
So
So,
were you pampered?
oh, I'm pampered now. When the kids were here, no, it was all about his kids.
All right. Oh,
All
that's
about the
wonderful.
kids.
So
Oh, I
I
have to
guess this
take
is
this
one
one
of
to
the
tennis.
upside. Like this is one of the upside of the pandemic on your case, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny. Actually, me and my spouse Christine were all it's so wonderful to be quarantined with somebody that you love and actually
Yes.
enjoy being with. That's why I always say people, you gotta marry somebody that you can see yourself being quarantined with.
For sure. For sure.
And
But
you-
I'm getting more attention now than I've ever gotten.
good
Ever.
for you. Good
I'm
for you.
telling you. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So
Okay.
he's a realtor. So one of the branding that we're getting ready to do now is every time he sells a home, he provide and show people how to have their own garden. So
Wow.
yeah. And I know somebody's gonna want to steal this, but this is our idea. Okay? So I'm letting you know.
So what do
Because
you call it? What do you call
it's
your project?
it's called the Garden of Wonders. And
Oh,
if you go on YouTube right now or Facebook or Instagram, you can see him. He the garden that he has is amazing. Everything you can think of is in it. And the best part of it is like these foods are from the garden and they come from our students from other country. So we have Brazil, we have zucchini from Brazil, we have callaloo from Canada, we have um, avocado from Jamaica, we have sugar cane from Jamaica, we have all kind of just name it, we have it.
that's amazing. So I'm just saying, like starting from the hunger, struggle. Basically, you have created a world of wonder through, basically raising your own food. That is amazing. That is a great way to actually turn an adversity around and actually help the planet as well and help children not become obese. So
Oh,
so we also learn how to eat properly. I need to go to your home and actually learn.
you can come and visit. You can come and visit. It's you can come and visit whenever you're in Florida. Come and visit. Let me know.
that
We'll
that is, I'll take you up on that. Actually, I have a few.
yes.
They're actually watching right now. I have a few friends in Florida. Hello. um,
You can come by and check it out. I
yes.
mean, you'll be amazed. The
Now,
simple stuff that you have that you can grow in your garden. And he not only have for the people who don't like the dirt, we have the hydroponic. So he has it's called a tower garden. So he'll put the tower garden like in a condo where on your patio and he'll come and he'll set everything up for you so that you don't have to be hungry. He said there's no reason why on this green earth, that's exactly what he said, on this green earth, people should be hungry. People should not be hungry.
I love it. I wish your husband is also here so I can showcase him because that is a phenomenal idea.
You can showcase him the next time
You
he's
know,
working.
yeah. And by the way, I wanted to know also, for those people who may be so touched about what it is that you do to help these hungry kids and also help to change the environment, or and help all of these people from different walks of life worldwide. If they would like to make a donation or any contribution or sponsor an event, how do they reach you?
Well, they can go on Just Fabulous Care at just Fabulous Care. Just like you see my name, Just Fabulous Care, and you could donate if you want to.
Yeah.
I
And
don't beg for donation
how else,
anymore. I
how
don't.
else can people help, in your cause?
Well, how people can help in my cause? Give me a call, and I'll tell you how you can do it. And it's simple: 407-489-5738. Just call me. Do not send me an email, people, please, because you'll end up with the rest of the junks, and I delete them. Yesterday I deleted 21,000 emails. So if you send me anything, I am so sorry. I didn't get it.
I'm glad that you're still getting my emails. And by the way, you would want to talk to Camille anyway because it's just like it's almost like you're getting a blessing of such love and empowerment and kindness
Thank you.
every time you have an interaction with her. Camille, it has been a fabulous, fabulous segment here. I am so blessed to have you as my friend. The world is so blessed to have you. Look out for the children out there who may be hungry. And I thank God for somebody like you. I hope that there'll be more people who will be inspired by what it is that you and your husband do. Albert, your husband is, right?
Yes,
Like,
Albert. Yes.
I hope that you will also follow, their example of raising your own food, so that first of all, that there's no pesticides in them.
None.
It's fresh, it's organic, and most of all, you'll be very happy that you were the one who raised those plants and helped them grow. So what you actually grow is love. You have you made love and kindness grow exponentially and globally, and we could not be more thankful for your amazingness and bright light. Camille, any last words before we go?
All we have to do, my motto is each one, teach one. So if I can teach you something, you can teach the next person. And no one should be hungry at all. So,
That's beautiful. Each one, teach one.
yep,
There's a lesson that you're going to teach one person. All it takes is one lesson for each person, and you can see how we can exponentially change the world. All
right.
right. Thank you
I
so
can't
much.
feed everybody, but everybody can feed somebody.
Exactly. So thank you so very much, Camille, for being such a beautiful soul. And thank you also very much for spending your Thursday afternoon with us. Until next time, this is Furley Almonte, your host for Faces of Resilience. Remember, pain is global, hope is universal, resilience ignites solution. Until then, stay well, be well, stay happy, and always smile. Take care now. Bye
That's
bye.
it. Hi, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.